Good evening, everybody. My name is Mr. Pavalko. I am the music teacher at the elementary schools. I'm pleased to present to you tonight our fourth grade chorus. We are combined Stadium Drive and West Boulevard Elementaries. If you're wondering where your child is, Stadium Drive is over here and West Boulevard is over here. We've got a very exciting program tonight for you. I hope you enjoy it. Hope that it gets you ready for the holiday spirit and also gets you to hear some of the more advanced things that we're doing musically, especially with our fourth graders and chorus. We do have some announcers this evening, so I ask that you applaud after they start to go back to their spots. Once you see them turn around and go back to their spots, please recognize them with some applause. Speaking of announcers, for our evening tonight, our first announcer is Ethan Datka.
Good evening and welcome to our fourth grade chorus holiday concert. This year our concert is focused on the use of light to celebrate the holiday season. Many of the holidays celebrated during the winter months use candles and lights as symbols during their celebrations. We hope our songs this evening help to fill you with the light of the holiday celebrations celebrated throughout the world at this time of year. Listen for several of these holiday celebrations as we perform our first song, December Nights, December Lights.
Thank you. Announcing our next song is Caden Hurst and Liberty Rudolph.
Lights and candles are commonly used during the holiday celebration to represent peace and the elimination of darkness. They are used for Advent, Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, and other winter holidays. In fact, just the other day, I saw some of the most unusual candle holders in a store. One held 9 candles, one held 7, and then the clerk told me that some of the paper bags in the window also held sand and candles inside. I've never seen anything like them. I wonder if anyone can explain the difference.
Well, let's start with the first one that holds 9 candles. It's called a menorah, and it is a symbol of Hanukkah. a Jewish holiday that takes place in December. Even though the menorah holds 9 candles, Hanukkah is held for 8 nights. The middle candle, called Shamash, is used to light each of the other candles and is lit every night. Listen to the story of the miracle of Hanukkah as we perform Light the Candles for 8 nights.
Light the candles for 8 nights. Freedom is the guiding light. Light the candles for 8 nights, remembering the Israelites. Now listen to the story so that you may know how Judah Maccabeus fought so long ago. He led his violent warriors in the righteous one. A miracle occurred, for what they did was right. Light the candles for 8 nights. Freedom is the guiding light. Light the candles for 8 nights, remembering the Israelites. When they regained the temple and lit the holy light, they learned the Holy Land was built for just one night. To everyone's surprise, it burned for 8 nights through. The miracle of Hanukkah lights the way for you. Light the candles for 8 nights. Freedom is the guiding light. Light the candles for 8 nights, remembering the Israelites.
Announcing our next song this evening is Natalie Ludbin and Amari Norman.
Did you know that Hispanic holiday tradition dates back over 500 and uses little paper bags filled with sand and candles in its celebration? Back in the 16th century, Spanish people began celebrating Christmas by acting out Mary and Joseph's search for a room at an inn, or posada, in Bethlehem. This tradition has evolved into quite an event. As guests go from house to house asking for a place to stay, they are turned away, just like Mary and Joseph were. Join in the search, and they are turned away again.
But finally they come to a home where a pathway is lit by luminarias, which are little candles in bags held down by a bit of sand inside. At this house they are welcomed in. This is where the singing, dancing, and celebration begins, complete with piñatas. We are sure you will feel like dancing with us to the light and sounds and music. For our next song, La Fiesta de Posada.
La fiesta de la posada be my guest. La fiesta de la posada. When we light luminaries and we swing the piñata. La fiesta de la posada. Come follow me, come follow me, come follow me, come follow me. Fiesta!
Before I announce our next announcers, I want to give you a little bit of information about what we've been doing musically. In the first song and in the last song later on, you're going to hear some descant parts. Descant parts are usually parts that are higher in pitch that are done over top of melodies. In the first song, you heard West Boulevard performing a descant, and in the last song, you'll hear Stadium Drive performing a descant. In our next song and in songs that come up, we're starting to explore kind of two-part singing. In our song that we have coming up next, we have true two-part singing, where we're actually going to have two different parts and two different pitches happening at the same time. For fourth grade, that's where they start to get their introduction into what they're going to be doing in intermediate school and junior high. If they're going to continue vocally, that's where they're going to progress next. And then if they continue instrumentally, it starts to prepare them to hear more than one part at the same time. So I'm very proud of how they've been performing with that, and I'm sure you'll hear that in our next song. Announcing our next song is Coben Scarcella and Alex Hoffman.
Phew, that was fun. Did you know there's still another holiday celebrated with lights? I've been studying up on Kwanzaa, a holiday which was created in 1966. During Kwanzaa, African American traditions and principles are celebrated for 7 days. A kinara holds one candle for each of the 7 days of Kwanzaa. The family gathers each night to light a candle and talk about the special principle or nguzo sabah of that day.
Each of the 7 principles focuses on one aspect in leading a productive life in society. Umoja is the first, which means unity. Then there is self-determination of kujichagulia. Ujima is the principle of working together to make life better for all, while Ujama is cooperating to build and support each other. Nia is purpose, a reason for living. The final 2 are Kuumba, which means creativity, and Imani, which means faith. You will hear the African influences in the music as we perform our next song, Light the Kinara for Kwanzaa.
Sorry, apparently my dance moves are hitting the conductor's podium today. In our next song, melodically what we're doing with our two parts is doing something that's called melody and counter melody. So you'll hear one group performing the main melody and then another group performing a counter melody, and that'll happen at the end. For our next song, our announcer is Asil Musa.
Is there anything more magical than this time of year than driving around in the evening with your family and looking at all the beautiful lights in the trees, homes, and parks and stores? Our next song plays tribute to that feeling. You can truly feel the excitement in the music and the melody. The instruments also help to fill the room with sound, just like the lights in all those places fill up the sky with light. We hope you can feel and hear the sound of the lights in our next song, like Diamonds in the Night.
Announcing our next song is Mackenzie Bridges.
By now, we are sure you have realized how simple candles and lights can bring together a multitude of cultures and people with a simple goal of achieving a peaceful holiday season. The composers on our next song, Sally K. Alberk and Jay Adhouse, asked you to imagine how one candle or even one person can bring peace to our world. Winter, you celebrate Christmas, Hanukkah, and Kwanzaa, or just the season of winter. We hope that you will find one candle to bring the way to peace. We will now perform One Candle Lights the Way.
Oh, Mr. Seltz, I'm sorry, I need the house lights back. I know it'll take a moment. While we're filling that space, he was jumping ahead to giving you a preview of what we're going to be doing in just a moment. But before we do that, thank you all for coming tonight very much. I am thrilled to see all these people in our audience tonight. Thank you for being so supportive of our students and our music program and our choral program at the elementary school. Many of you have a program. I just want to take a moment and look at some of the acknowledgments on the back. And now I can't see. First, of course, to Mr. Saxton, our superintendent, and the Board of Education for having our arts a priority in our district, as you can see with our wonderful auditorium, the program of the kids standing behind me. Their support is above and beyond what we need. Mr. Cervello and Mr. Zaccoli and the fourth grade teachers at Stadium and West have been very helpful with, some of them were here today helping us on our field trip and having their kids listen to songs and doing things to help them prepare in the classroom. We have custodial staff to thank and our stage staff for our rehearsals in our buildings and also for our rehearsals here with Mr. Stelz, the BSTN crew for filming our concert, and the other student helpers during our dress rehearsal and our concert tonight. All of this stuff that happens all here, all happens really behind stage, and without their help, we wouldn't be able to do that. You also saw, some of you got in the take-home folders of your children some DVD or video order forms. There's also some in the library. The BSTN does a wonderful job of filming. You can see on the monitors here and here where what you were seeing pretty much is what you're going to get on the video, and they do a wonderful job of preparing it. Thank you, parents and families. I know that for 16-ish weeks that you've had to make arrangements on Monday or Tuesday after school so that your student can stay and learn to be such wonderful performers that we have tonight. Coming out to Macy's for some caroling and singing fun on a very short notice, and of course coming here tonight and getting your students ready for that. I'm very grateful for your help and support. And finally, to the bunch of students that are standing behind me, I'm very, very grateful to them. They have done above and beyond what I could have ever imagined in 16 weeks working with them. I'm thrilled to have them as students, and I'm going to miss them when I have to head over to the other schools in January. So would you join me in giving them another applause? Now, we're going to do some switching over. We've got a special light show for you in a moment for our last song after our announcer announces. We're going to be putting down the house lights, so it will get a little bit dark in here. If you have really small kids, and that might be a little bit of something that they might not be okay with, make sure that you're a little bit more reassuring, and I'm sure they'll get to see the cool light show in a moment. And our students right now are going to carefully pick up their flashlights and return to their spots. And our last song is going to be announced by Lauren Lytle.
No matter how or what you celebrate during these winter months, it is important to remember the reason behind each event, the reasons for giving and sharing, the reasons for loving and caring, the reasons why on December night we light December lights. Thank you for sharing your time with us. We hope that our music has lit up your spirit, just like the lights in the next song will light up the auditorium. Our final piece to perform tonight is Holiday Lights.
All right, so we can bring the house lights down.
Holiday lights shining so bright. Oh, what a sight this joyous season. Holiday lights shining so bright. Oh, what a sight this
Thank you so much, everybody. Oh, that's hot. Thank you so much, everybody, again for coming tonight. We hope that you have enjoyed our performance, our light show, and our singing tonight. I have some last-minute instructions. We will be picking up our students tonight in the cafeteria. So if you could join us in the cafeteria after that. I've told them I would love for them to give me their signal. I know there's a lot of people here tonight, but I just want to make sure that everybody gets with who they need to get with. So if you can help me by doing that, I would really appreciate it. Again, I want to present our wonderful 4th grade chorus. Thank you all so much, and I hope you have a wonderful holiday season and a very happy new year.